Hello.
It is nice to see you again.
Nice to see you too.
I'm excited about this session.
Me too.
And do you remember why?
Well, it's our last session. You kind of talked about it last time that this would be the last time we'd be meeting.
I did.
So that's good. I'm okay with that.
Good. Well, I wanted to go over a couple of things with you. Once again, I am very excited because you have come a long way in these 6 months. I remember just seeing you kind of, looking with your head looking down, not really making that eye contact. The self-confidence and self-esteem was kind of low for a while, but I have seen you grow, and that is amazing. You're making friends at church, and you're making friends with mothers from the baseball teams, and so that is a great accomplishment, and I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
Why don't you tell me what has been going on as of lately with you and your husband?
Well, lately, things have been good. We, when we do fight, it's kind of like we step away. He's not drinking as much because he's the coach for our twins baseball team.
Okay.
So he's doing that is actually helping him quite a bit. So he's not drinking as much. Still drinks on the weekends. But that actually helps us during the week because he's not drunk during the week. And it has allowed me to kind of talk with her, and just it's kind of making things easier.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
So having him be more involved with the kids and their activities is deterring him away from the alcohol and going out. Well, that's good. That's
normally he's tired after the practice or the game, so he comes home and then we all kind of just relax. It's kind of been good for all of us. Kind of been more of a family kind of thing going on.
Okay. Well, that sounds good. I'm happy to hear that. Tell me a little about, or I want to know, what has helped you coming to therapy and seeing me for the last few months? What has helped you?
I guess having the plan, our plan, we created a bunch. We've had goals, and we created a plan of what I would do, and it was just kind of like laying it out for me. It was kind of like it was just knowing what I needed to do, and knowing that my kids were so important to me that I had other outlets, and I knew that they're were my main concern. So, just thinking about them and what I needed to do kind of helped me.
Okay.
And I guess being able to just talk about it to somebody, I finally had somebody talk to beside the 7-year-old. So that's always nice.
That's good, and I'm glad that you, when you were first coming, you were kind of didn't really want to divulge anything or really wanted to talk about it. And so I'm glad that you're able to talk a little easier about what's been going on, about your problems, which is it's a good accomplishment, and it's a hump that you came over, so that's wonderful. Is there anything that has not helped you in the process, do you think?
I feel like it's all been helpful. There have been some things that maybe didn't work as well as other things, kind of that stuff. But overall, I mean, I can see how things work. How everything has worked. It's just some things work better than other things for me.
All right, that sounds good. When we last talked, we talked about having a safety plan in case anything were to escalate. Do you still have that safety plan, or do you have a new safety plan?
I have my plan. I have I met this couple at church, and they know most of my situation. They don't know everything, but I've shared with them a lot, and they know if I call them or I send them a certain text that that means I need some help, and then we just go from there, like what exactly has happened, depending on if emergency stuff has happened or things with the kids, like things like that. So we just have a plan of if I call you or I need you, like we have step by step of what we're gonna do in other situations, not just one situation. But yeah, they're my kind of like my support in that aspect. Like, and my husband's doing good, but I don't want to let my guard down just yet.
Well, that's good. That's good that you still have that plan, and it's good that you're actually finding some people. Bless you. Some people out there that you can talk to and is able to help you. That's very, very important, and I'm very happy to hear that. What have you ever had, since we're ending, and this is our last session, have you ever had any other type of endings during your lifetime, and how did that make you feel?
I guess when I left Mexico with my husband, I was very young, and I kind of just left with, like, I said goodbye to my family, but not in the sense of like a real goodbye. It was just like, I'm leaving, and I'm gone, and like it wasn't a plan to be leaving. We just kind of, like, my husband needed a job, and no jobs here, so one day it was just like, okay, we're going, and then like the next week we were gone. So it wasn't really enough time to say goodbye. Okay. So yeah, that's been my goodbyes.
Yeah. How was it? How did that make you feel? Did it make you feel like?
I guess I didn't get closure, maybe. Like I didn't get that ending time that I needed, because now I don't even talk to my family much. Like, I think I've told you that before. It's like once or twice a month, maybe now. So, and it's just like it's getting less and less.
How do you feel now that we've been talking about it? And I know when we started the session, you said that you were feeling kind of happy about the ending. Now that we've kind of been talking about what, your safety plan, kind of future plans that you have, how are you feeling about ending our relationship here?
I feel a little nervous because I've trusted you, and it's gonna be hard, like, to open anything up if I get, because my husband is considering going to therapy now, since we've talked about it.
Okay, that's
and he's
wonderful.
Considering it, he doesn't seem to. This has been most of what our fights have been about. So I don't know, but just having to go and open all this stuff up to another person, and it's gonna be him too. So it's gonna be opening up a lot more than just what I have to bring. So I'm pretty scared and unsure about all that. I guess I'm okay with ending it. It's just opening it up again. Yeah.
And you do know that you can always call the agency and make an appointment with one of our therapists here. And you could ask for me if you would like. Don't know what the future brings as far as me being here or not, but if I'm here, of course, I would be more than happy to see you and your husband when that time does come. How are your kids doing? Before, your kids were kind of struggling, and they would see you argue and not happy. How are they now that y'all have kind of worked things out and things are kind of getting better?
I feel like since things are mellow, and I guess because we do still fight, but when we do, like, it's kind of like I guess we catch it more. I was like, because now that he's not drinking, he's aware of things more. Okay. So he sees, and then he obviously can see, like, kids are right there. So I can't be doing this. So I think it's been better for everybody, because if we're in that moment, fighting, and he recognizes that, then he stops.
Okay.
And I think, and then he's like, well, let's take a break. And then like that's fine. You know, I don't want to have to fight, so I can go and take care of the kids and be like, okay, you know. And I try to explain to them what's kind of going on now. I think explaining to them has helped a lot more. Of like, instead of just pushing them into the room or telling them to go outside, like at least now they know, like, no, you know, people do argue and fight, but this is the right way to have discussions and things like that. And then there's a wrong way, because I do have sons, and I don't want them to follow these traits that their fathers, you know,
in their father's footsteps.
Right. I don't want them to, you know, mimic these actions one day on another woman. So I kind of try to explain, like, this isn't how you treat somebody. You know, their father is angry, but, you know, this is why he's angry. People do get angry. And I try and, like, because we've talked about coping skills and things like that. So it's like, if you're angry, what would you do? And they're kind of learning from that, because we're all working on that, kind of. So,
yeah, that is awesome, and y'all have both come a long way. And I think it's good that your husband is able to see that, you know, it's time for him to take a step back, or time for both of y'all to kind of have a little space, calm down, and then come back. And that's important. And it's good that he's realizing that, hey, you need to calm down a little bit.
Yeah.
So that's really great. In one of our sessions in the very beginning, you had said that you kind of felt weak and you felt like failure as a mother and a wife because this situation was happening to you, and that you wanted to take care of your kids, but you didn't think you were doing a good job. And I told you that, yes, you were very brave, because it took a lot out of you to come to me, come to therapy, and try to work on some of these issues that you had. So because today is our last session, I have something for you, okay? And I have this little lion here for you, because lions are big, brave animals that are the king of the jungle. And when you look at that, remember how far you've come, and remember how brave you are, because this was a brave thing that you did, and I'm very proud of you. And so you can let your little daughter play with it.
Yeah, she'll like that.
So when you see her playing with it, or just glance at it, you can think about all of our sessions and what we've gone through together. Okay? Is there anything else that you would like to tell me before we end?
I want to say thank you for your help, and for allowing me to, like, bring my kids when I needed to, and things like that. I really appreciate it all, and hopefully my husband does agree to eventually come to therapy and all that. That would be great. I mean, I don't know, and I've grown in my church family, and I'm making friends more now. I have friends on my kids' sports team, like you said, and it's just becoming a lot easier not being alone with just my kids and things like that. And now that he's the coach too, it's kind of like a family thing. So it's getting us all out. And it works. It's working right now, and I hope it continues to work. But I know there are going to be days where it's not good at all. But thank you. I do appreciate everything you've done.
You're very welcome. Keep up the good work.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.